If my trusted book mutuals recommend a book to me, then I am putting it on my TBR. Because as I've stated not once, but twice, I trust my mutuals with my life, or at least my book reading life, whatever that means. So here are some books I plan to read in 2025 because my book mutuals will not stop talking about them. Razorblade Tears. This is one of Bree's favorite thrillers of 2024. And if you know anything about Bree, you know that she understands thrillers and gives killer recommendations. I'm pumped to read this. I've heard nothing but great things about this book from her and several of my mutuals, but if Bree recommends a thriller, I'm gonna read it. Dark Rise is a book I've had on my shelf for forever. I bought it because Han recommended it and she never stops talking about it. And so 2025 is the year that I am actually going to read it. I don't know anything about this book except that she raves, and Han raving about this book is enough for me. So, Hello Beautiful is a book that I have seen everywhere, but it's really come across my For You page because of Dr. Cody, and he really gives unique, diverse recommendations. And so the way that he talks about how this book is just a gem is so intriguing to me, and so I had to pick it up and add it to my TBR for 2025. The Helm of Midnight. First of all, let's all take a second for this cover. Second, Andy is the only person I have ever seen talk about this book, but she put it in her top 10, I believe, for 2024. And it has a horror element to it, which you guys know I love. Again, I know very little about this, but I already purchased it because I'm easily influenced by those I trust. And Andy gives knockout recommendations when we're talking about sci-fi fantasy. And I just think this book, the way she talks about it, is going to be killer. And I'm very excited. Parable of the Sower is another book that I've been eyeing for a while, and one of my newer book mutuals that I've connected with in the last couple of months, Nico, talks about Octavia Butler in general as just an auto-buy author for him, and it really feels like this is the season, as I know that she does a lot of sci-fi, so I'm gonna read this book. And finally, The Black Farm. I believe Ian said this was his favorite horror of 2024, and if you know Ian and the kind of recommendations and books he reads and gives, you know that's really saying something. I believe this book is actually terrifying, and I'm having serious FOMO at this point, so it's time to jump in and read it. These are just a few of the many I will read throughout the year because of the people I am easily influenced by online. And I just can't wait to see how they all influence me to spend all my money on books.